Fighters ready. Go.
We're going to get to the main topic. This is going to be, like I said, this is going to be a dedicated episode to the game Last of Us Part 2 because the game came out not a couple weeks ago. It actually came out on my birthday. Happy birthday to me. That was my birthday gift to myself. So we played that, finally beat it. And the reason why I want to talk about it, one, we want to give a review on it, want to give our thoughts and everything like that because there's a lot of conflicting reviews out there. There's many people that hate it, there's many people that love it, and we're going to give you our thoughts on it. Or at least my thoughts on it. How we do it. Before we actually get into the video, we're going to give y'all a trailer for the game. So we'll be right back after this trailer.
I have to finish it.
There's a cost.
We could have killed you. Maybe you should have.
Part 2, like I said, just dropped June 19th on my birthday. Yeah, we had the stream again, so we started on it, and then we had the stream. We streamed the whole game and everything like that. Now, my boy Adrian, he hasn't played the game, either of the games, Part 1 or Part 2, so I'm kind of going to break down the story for you guys, people who haven't watched it yet, or people who haven't played the game with me, might not know what it is. So, the Last of Us series, Part 1, is actually based off of, it's kind of like, it's pretty much the end of the world, pretty much, not necessarily zombie apocalypse, so what it is has to do, it's kind of like Monster, you remember the movie 28 Days Later? It was kind of like those type of infected humans, but they're infected from a fungus called cordyceps. It's like a real life fungus that affects,
Corona.
No, it's called cordyceps.
Coronavirus.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
But no, it's actually based off a real thing called cordyceps, where it infects insects and eats them from the inside and turns them into like zombie-like type thing. So the people who made the game, Naughty Dog, they kind of took that concept and like, what happens if they put it into the human race? So the game, well, it starts off. The first game came out in 2013. And in the first game, it takes place 20 years later, after the outbreak in 2013. I seen that. It takes place 20 years later, 2033. Two main characters, Joel and a little girl named Ellie. So the first game was about, you're the guy, Joel, who you have to take the little 14-year-old girl, Ellie, who get bitten by these cordyceps, by these zombies, but she turns out to be immune to them. Because usually when you get bit, you get turned in like in a few minutes, you dead. You turn to a monster, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But she got bit and she's still alive. So they went across the country in order to take her to these people called the Fireflies, in order for her to get the vaccine, in order to save the world. So it's pretty much like a pseudo father-daughter adventure. As you play as Joel, and you and Ellie go through a country. Trying to survive while getting to know each other. And spoiler alert for you guys didn't beat the first game. So in the end of the first game, you find out that in order to save the world, you have to, the Fireflies have to operate and kill Ellie. So Joel was like, fuck that, I'm killing all of y'all and taking her out of this. So he kills everybody in the end of the game. You kill everybody in the game, and you pretty much tell Ellie, yeah, they found everybody immune. You pretty much lie to Ellie and tell her like, that they found somebody else, you good. And you pretty much doom the whole world to staying how it is.
For your own selfish...
Exactly. So own selfishness, right, exactly. So part 2 actually takes place 5 years after that. And it's kind of based off the consequences of that action. The game, actually, you play as Ellie. She's a little grown up. And something happens where it turns into a revenge joint. And she's a little psychopath, like... God damn, boy, she goes on a motherfucking killing spree, and like I said, for revenge. And we're gonna tell you what happens later on when we get to the spoiler discussion. So, like I said, we're gonna start with the review portion first.
Okay.
So just my thoughts, general thoughts, and everything like that. Just so we can keep the viewers and so everybody, I don't want to be spoiled, and then leave. You know what I'm saying? But so we're gonna keep the general thoughts. I'm gonna start with the gameplay first. Gameplay. All right, so have you played Metal Gear Solid? Do you know about Metal Gear Solid?
Yes.
The stealth action game, all that good stuff. This is pretty much Metal Gear Solid times 10. The game, well, the stealth, because it's kind of two things: it's stealth and it's action in there. Obviously, the stealth kind of takes the points because this is a survival horror game, so you don't get a lot of there's not a lot of items. You don't get a lot of bullets. You don't get a lot of stuff to survive and everything. So you got to conserve your ammo and conserve your stuff. So they kind of put an emphasis on stealth. And I gotta say, the stealth in this game is motherfucking superb, bro. Like, this is some of the best stealth I've played in a long time. Like, I was telling
Better
one of
than
my friends.
Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
Better than what's that? Fox. Or no, that Sly Cooper.
Sly Cooper, yeah. I think you're talking about not Siphon Filter. What the fuck?
No, not Sly.
Oh my
No,
god.
yes. Sly.
I know. No, I know you're
He was
talking
like
about.
a burglar.
Oh yeah, it is Sly.
Fox.
Yeah, Sly Cooper. Yeah, Sly Cooper. Yeah.
Better than that.
Yeah, better than that. Better than that. And better than the Metal Gear Solid games. Actually, the game is very intuitive. You could do a lot. Yep, it's very intuitive. You can be creative. Like, what's crazy about the game is they try to make you feel the death. So whenever you kill somebody, it'd be like, if somebody just came up and killed you, I'd come up, oh my God, Adrian, and then come in, they go, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The dogs would come through. You kill the dog. The dog it don't mean like a regular dog. The dog would be like, you know what I'm saying? It sounds like the dog. You actually killing the dog. You know what I'm saying? They trying to make you feel it. Because Ellie's a psychopath in this game, yo. She does not give a fuck, yo. This bitch is ruthless, bro.
I guess you gotta be in a 20 days later scenario.
Yeah, she pretty much grew up in that. She's 19. It's been like 25 years since the outbreak, because the outbreak was in 2013 in that game. So she's 19, so she pretty much was born in that shit. Yeah, they make you feel every death in the game. The shooting, the action part is very, very fun though. I love the shooting in the game. If you ever played Uncharted, it's made by the same guys. Uncharted, Drake's Fortune, the Uncharted series, made by the same guys. And they actually took the emphasis on that. It's a little bit harder because the swaying. They actually do real gun mechanics.
Damn.
The swaying, you got everybody trying to kill you and everything like that. A lot of different enemies trying to come at you one time. So you got to kind of think on your feet and everything like that. Even to the point, like, even running is kind of like fun as hell, because there's times where you have to run and you can just, dip out of there and shit like that. So it's cool. So the gameplay is phenomenal. Like, some of the best gameplay I've played in a while. Now, onto the story. Is this non-spoiler part of the story? The story, now, compared to the first one, it's not as good as the first one, obviously, because the first one was more concentrated. To just even though we had to deal with the world outside, it was more concentrated between Ellie and Joel. Like I said, a pseudo father-daughter relationship. You see, Joel's a prick in the game. To Ellie, because in the beginning of the game, he loses his daughter to the quarantine. I guess he loses his daughter. You know what I'm saying? And so he's kind of an asshole. In 20 years in the future, he's done some things. You know what I'm saying? He had to kill some people. So he meets Ellie, and he's like, he don't give a fuck about her. And then later on down the game, y'all start bonding. Y'all start, you know what I'm saying?
Falling in love.
Well, not falling in love per se, as in like romantic. Like, he thinks her is his daughter.
Oh.
Yeah, she's 14, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why I was like, she's 14. You don't know the game, so that's why I was like, let it slide. But I was like, she's 14 in the game, bro. That's not happening. The niggas like Joel's
So,
like
father-daughter or more. So.
yeah, father-daughter type relationship. Yeah, so they start bonding in that way. This game is more focused essentially on Ellie, because and we'll tell you why Joel's not really in the game later. It's more centered on Ellie, and you just see how she thinks and how she feels, and like I see, she's on a rampage. The whole story is about revenge, and she is a motherfucking killer, yo.
So why is she set on revenge?
And we'll get to the story
Later on.
Yeah, we'll get to the spoilers right later on. There's something like momentous happens to her. Something to the point where she cannot take it. Like, yeah, it's life changing. So she goes out and she has to go and take out some people. You know what I'm saying? And she's just like she's pretty much going around. It's pretty much centered on her and like her group of friends. And And I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the story from the beginning to end. Now there is some problems with it. There's later, and halfway throughout the game, it switches up, and I kind of explain. It kind of switches up to a little filler. Because like I said, when I was telling you, they're trying to get you to know all the characters, get to feel the deaths. There's a point where they kind of switch protagonists, and to a whole different protagonist, and it was just cool for a little while. And then it gets to a point where it was like, all right, can we kind of go back to Ellie, please? Because it's like I'm kind of getting bored of this. But when it switches back to Ellie, that's when things get rampant.
Do you have to play as the different people, or are you playing yourself?
You're playing as two different characters. So, like I said, you play as Ellie to like halfway throughout the game, and then it switches. And then when it switches, it's kind of cool because you can kind of see the different perspective. Like I said, it kind of feels too long. It kind of gets to a point where you're like, man, god damn, can we like switch it up? Like, can we go back? I just want to know what the fuck happens. Because when it switches up, it gets to a cliffhanger, and then it goes for like a good like game time, like 5 to 6 hours before you go back to Ellie.
What?
Yeah, I'm looking like, oh my god, please go back to Ellie.
So, do you like this game, the Spark? You like the first game better or this?
Personally, I like this game better because of the gameplay. Like I said, the gameplay, first one gameplay is good, but when I remember playing it recently, it felt like, I don't know, I guess maybe because the first game came out in 2013. Maybe it's different now that I've kind of experienced more different games, stealth games or whatever. The gameplay for the first one kind of feels a little stale, you know what I'm saying? It kind of feels a little, I guess I would say outdated. It's kind of hard, tough to play, and it kind of makes sense because of the character we play. We play as Joel. He's kind of an old man in the first game, but in the second game we play as Ellie, and her, yo, Unique Gaming, thanks for the 5 bits, bro. I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot, man. Hey, thanks for the support. But with this game, Ellie's different because she's a skinny girl. You know what I'm saying? She's more agile. So in the first game, you weren't even able to jump. In this game, you can jump. In this game, you can go prone, so you can go on the ground.
She's grown up.
Yeah, she's grown up. Yeah, but like I said, she's more nimble. She's more agile. She's younger. She can go on the ground in your belly. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't really tall grasses in the game, so you can go in tall grass and hide in tall grass. So that's why I like this game better. So let me give y'all the rating real quick before we go to spoilers. So if I was going to rate this game, I would say. You got any more questions?
6.
I say 8.5 actually.
Okay, 8.5.
Yeah, 8.5 because, like I said, the gameplay is top notch. The story, I enjoyed it. I personally enjoyed it. I can see why people might not like it, but me personally, I kind of predicted a lot of stuff, and I was kind of happy with the predictions. And I kind of could see where you still get some surprises, but I could kind of see where it was going, and I liked how it ended. Personally, how it ended.